right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Two DJs and One Mic with myself, DJ Mike, and the nice guy over on my right, DJ JP.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, we're blessed, to have, one of the industry greats, I would say. We have the great Mitch Taylor in the house with us today. How you doing, Mitch?
Thank you very much, Mike, JP. It's great to be here on Two DJs and One Mic. Thanks for having me.
Oh yes, it's the honor is ours. You've put in a lot of good work and you add a lot of value to the industry. So we're grateful for that.
Thank you, my friend.
So before we jump into our questions and everything, give us a little bit of history, Mitch. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing for the DJ industry.
Gosh, well, I'll do my best. So I started out in radio. I went to New England School of Broadcasting. Did radio for a couple years back in Bangor, Maine. I often joke with people, it's like radio back then. I literally remember I was working full-time nights, making $143.57 a week after taxes.
We won't say he's a little angry about his job.
I could date myself and tell you how long ago that was, 31 years ago. But yeah. So the radio station went bankrupt, not because they were paying me too much money, and I got a job offer shortly thereafter on Carnival Cruise Lines, and I went to go DJ for Carnival out of Los Angeles and Miami. And that's frankly where I taught myself how to mix. My social, the social host kind of challenged me. He was like, "You're a DJ, you don't know how to mix? Like, what the hell?" You know what I mean? And so, and again, I'm dating myself. We had a Technics 1200 turntable. We had a Carver tape deck and a Denon 2000F dual CD player, but only one of the decks worked because the laser was off because of the ship vibration on one of the other decks. So you had to really coordinate your music of how you're playing from each device kind of thing. It was much different of programming back in the day.
Yes.
So I taught myself how to mix on board, worked out of LA and Miami. If you can't please 1,600 guests on a cruise ship from all over the world with all different musical tastes.
Yeah.
I met my wife on board ship out of Miami. She was a guest, and I was a bad boy. And
DJ.
Yeah.
Representing.
Yep. So I moved to Michigan for her, did 7 years in Metro Detroit, clubs, parties, weddings, events. Then once we had our firstborn, we decided to move to the UP to raise our family, got me up here where I'm at now. Tailored weddings. Well, back then was Tailored Entertainment. There's been a company now for 22 years. So different iterations of it, solopreneur to full-blown multi-talent company, and now kind of whittled back down to me and a couple other guys. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
wow.
That's good. So
that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
There's been different things over the years I've pivoted into and stuff.
I've heard a couple of longer versions, but okay, we'll go with that one.
You've heard it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
All right. Question number one, Mitch.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, can you tell us how Midwest DJs Live got started and what makes it unique?
So it's going to sound funny here. I am actually not one of the OGs of Midwest DJs Live.
It's okay.
I was blessed to come in the middle kind of thing. But how I got its start was, back in the day, they gathered at Bucket's Pub in Racine, Wisconsin. I don't know if you know that place or heard of that place, but
yes, we heard about it.
That's where they gathered first and kind of shared, knowledge and gear with each other. And then it was a thing that, Big Ron, one of our founders, decided he wanted to continue on. Another guy that helped organize it at the time was like, I'm good. I don't really want to do this again, And so Big Ron took it from there, extrapolated it out, and they did YouTube DJs Live.
Oh wow! Was that what year was that?
That was, well, it was pretty. Oh, gosh, what year was that? I don't remember off the top of my head. Again, I'm not one of the original OGs, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know if I could find it for you
it
quick.
has to be one of the years during COVID though, or something like that.
No, it was way before COVID. This is way before.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube Live was doing some things. It it might be about 8 years ago.
It was longer than that. I want to say it was because Midwest has been around for 15, 16 years.
You know what? We'll make that the trivia question for someone to win a ticket.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
we had it on the page before. Now I can't find it. Anyway,
don't worry about it. We'll get to it.
So yeah, it was YouTube DJs Live for a little bit, and then of course a certain cease and desist comes down and says you can't use the word YouTube. So they had to change and moved it to the word Midwest DJs Live. And YouTube DJs Live was more some of the guys that are prevalent on YouTube, right? A little more sharing and that kind of thing. And then NLFX was our first sponsor. So we want to thank Ben Stowe for that, for being one of our very first sponsors. And then it grew from there. I've been involved with the show since 2014. So yeah, so I want to say
to me,
yeah.
Well,
I have been around that long.
You got over 10 years in.
Yeah.
I do. I have 10 years of involvement with the show in some way, shape, or form. I believe it was Midwest DJs Live 6. Yes, Midwest DJs Live 6 was 2014. So that means 2008 was likely the origin of it.
Okay, wow, that's pretty good. Like,
man, that's
17
awesome.
Years of that's good of you guys, especially what they're founded on of giving back to the community. So, if they can, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And so there's been different iterations, like I said, as we went and we grew. We were at Potawatomi one year. It was Midwest DJs Live 10. We were at Potawatomi in 2017 off the top of my head. And then, of course, we survived COVID. We were the first show back from COVID for Midwest DJs Live 2021. And that was its own unique challenge to be the first show back from COVID.
I'm sure.
And how we managed that with the hotel and, social distancing and all that stuff, you had to go through.
I know that was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Get too close to me. Get away from me.
Yeah. It's like we were the first thing shut down, us as an industry, not the show. And the last thing back because we were gatherings, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what we do. We promote people having a good time and connecting and dancing and all the things. So
it was so different. I remember I did my first wedding once they removed a lot of the restrictions, and I was upstairs looking over. And I was so happy that I was away from everybody.
Wow.
And it was, because of all
the
information. And I remember someone got close to me and how jittery I got. And it was
you don't know. You didn't know.
It was weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving right along, Mitch. So what are some of the exciting updates and key highlights that we should expect this year at Midwest DJs Live 2025?
So some updates and key highlights. We've tried to always evolve, and some years better than others. I think that's for any show. We've always tried to be a show that is put on for DJs by DJs. That's one of our taglines. And we did a recent Sean Schuldine, one of our board members currently, championed our 501c3 status and did the give back to DJs loving DJs. So we have that component of it too now. But for 2025, different updates, we're bringing in Dave Revson, who maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. If you're in, Chicagoland area, he's the voice of the Big Ten Network. And he's a former Sports Center anchor for ESPN. And so he's going to be speaking to us kind of about his journey, what he's done in life and how he's taken that knowledge and expanded and grown and expanded his impact on the world. So we're going to be chatting about that with Dave Revson. We've got nightlife is a big difference that we focused on this year.
Okay.
Nate Nelson, if you know Nate Nelson, DJ Nate Nelson from La Force in Dallas, one of the preeminent companies in the United States, is championing our nightlife. He's our nightlife chair. He's bringing in some top talents for the nightlife event. We're actually doing Sunday night. You know, it used to be up in the View, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the main room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So being in the main room is going to be a different
that changes
vibe.
it. Yes, because we don't have to share the space.
The big ass video wall, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be really cool.
Okay.
So that's going to be a difference this year, is having everything, or for Sunday night, in the main room. Chad Blackburn from Almost Famous out of San Diego. And if you haven't seen Chad do karaoke before, he's amazing.
Great.
He's going to do his Rockstar Karaoke for the first part. And then we got some DJs spinning after that. And then Monday night, we're flipping the script again. We're doing something completely different.
I think I know already, though.
We're doing Ladies Night, highlighting some of the ladies in our industry.
Love it.
We got Tori V from Washburn Entertainment's going to be hosting it. We got Nikki Nell, Kristen Hubbard, Jamie Perez, Kay Sprinkles from Dallas is going to be flown in as the top talent that night. So headliner. Yeah. So that's going to be a great thing.
Okay.
Just recently announced. I don't know if you probably saw this. Maybe you did.
You heard it here first. Go ahead.
Well, it's already been announced, so I'm not breaking the.
You're breaking it because we don't know.
It actually was just announced today. So
I think I saw it, but I didn't get to listen. Go ahead.
We're still in the day.
Did a guy start with a J from Dallas announce?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I saw it.
Sir.
I just didn't get to listen to it, but go ahead. Tell me.
So Justin, he put out a post, talking about one of the other conferences, and I don't want to, get into that. About what we could do differently. You know what I mean? And so we kind of reached out to Justin and was like, hey, you want to help us make this change? You know what I mean? That you want to see in the industry. And so, we threw that out there, and he accepted the offer. And
so what is he doing? Is he speaking, or is he just gonna...
He's gonna basically like moderate a panel on social media and some of the tips and tricks, and then also a little more what he talked about on that other video about change.
You can say it, sir. We're good here. You're all right. I mean, it's out there. Everybody knows exactly what
I know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, well, everybody needs to change. It's not just them. All of us need to make tweaks and changes. And if you're gonna listen, that's even better. And if you're bringing in the person that actually brought it up, that makes it even better, because now you can hear exactly and hear from other people what they think need to change too. So there's nothing bad with that. We want to make it where everybody wants to still continue to come, and you feel like there's a reason to go, and you're not going just to go and meet in the hallways and party and drink. Whatever we do is, at those things. But I'm glad y'all doing that. I like that.
If you're not evolving, you're dying.
Yep. If you're not, you're not getting better. And you got to listen, because they're what's coming. They're the future. They're coming. I mean, Justin and Nate Acosta and all the young, like Access and all of those guys are the young and up and coming DJs. Our producer, A-Rock, he's a young, one of the people out there doing everything now. So we need to make sure we hear from those guys and listen to them.
Yeah, I believe in that. And I also believe that myself, having been in the industry for, 30 some years, whatever it's been now, never forget where you came from. Like we often tend to look at people and look down at someone because they're just starting out. Listen, we all put on our pants the same exact way. You know what I mean? Like your ish stinks too. So, it's
big time.
You know what I mean? Like we got to help each other out as DJ brothers and sisters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not be slamming people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I mean, we agree with that. We want to do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it in a tactful way where we'll address it, get all kind of opinions, all kind of input, and try to make it better. Make everybody want to attend, because all we're doing overall is just making the industry better.
Yeah, and think about, what we have now as an industry. How many great educational opportunities exist for DJs currently? Anywhere, everywhere, and not just conferences, this podcast, other podcasts, you know what I mean? There's so many vehicles.
Yeah. And
for education for DJs. And so new DJs have it way better.
Oh yeah, because we had to learn from somebody if they were willing and patient enough to take the time to help and teach us and show us the ropes. And there's so much, man. I listened to something the other day that say we got so much, we spend so much time people wrong that that's how it gets taught to the next generation. But we have an opportunity with all these platforms to teach people a better way to do everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True. Yeah.
All right, Jeffrey.
All right, my turn. How has your experience with tailored weddings shaped your approach to DJing and the event planning?
This is a great question. You didn't prep me with questions ahead of time.
No, so we do our research.
I love it.
Yeah.
So tailored weddings, it evolved. In 2005, and looking back, 20 years ago,
wow,
I was kind of crossroads, honestly. Am I going to go full in on this? Or am I going to hang it up and find a real job? You know what I mean? Type of thing. And so I went back and found a mentor of mine that I had learned from back in the day, Mark Farrell. Mm-hmm. He was doing a workshop in San Francisco, of all places, the Love Story workshop. And I decided on a whim to go. Mm-hmm. And that changed a lot for me to be able to, and that kind of set the course. I found Disc Jockey America. I found Northern Disc Jockey Conference with John Young and Disc Jockey News. Shortly thereafter, I was writing for the American Disc Jockey Association in their national newsletter, and I was writing for Disc Jockey News and then Mobile Beat, and I was speaking at shows. And so it was very much a evolution, and the planning side came into play through a thing called Wed Guild. I don't know if you remember Wed Guild at all or not.
It's still out there. Is it under a different name now? Or
it's not. Well, it's, if anything, it was, I don't think it's even really in existence anymore, if I'm being fully honest. Yeah. But Peter Mary founded Wed Guild, Wedding Entertainment Directors Guild, and it had these 7 pillars that were featured in the Best Wedding Reception Ever book that Peter published. And that gave me a roadmap. And so I became Michigan's first and only wedding entertainment director in, what year was that? 2008. And then, from there just kind of grew. And I'll fast forward a little bit. 2011, we kind of started hiring and training talent here at Tailored Weddings. And so I grew the company then from just myself as a solopreneur, grew it up to, again, I'm in a town of 12,000 people. Okay. Wow. That's where I live now. The closest Starbucks for almost ever until about 6 years ago was 65 miles away. So if that, that tells you how podunk I am.
You gotta want your coffee bad.
But we were doing decent numbers, we're grossing 6 figures a year.
I was going to say you're being modest now, because I heard you back in 2016 and you were doing all right.
We're doing all right. And so we grew the company. We're doing 5 weddings a weekend type of thing. And in 2021, owners of a local venue had taken over, bought the property, and I was looking to grow myself. And I'm always trying to be forward thinking. Okay. That's a big thing to me. You gotta be thinking down the road. You gotta be thinking a few steps ahead. And that applies not only to life, but it also applies to your business and in wedding planning. Because if you think about it, and I use this analogy often when I'm talking with brides on the phone or Zoom or whatever, is that your wedding day is a live production. Whether you realize it or not, it is. And when the DJ opens the mic or the master of ceremonies or the band leader or the officiant, that's kind of like the curtain drawing on the play. Action.
Yeah. Action.
And so you have to know, what are you introducing? What are you presenting? What is that supposed to look like? And then not only that, but then what are you transitioning into from there? Right?
Yes.
Or out of there into something else. So the owners of the property were looking for an event coordinator. And I kind of threw my hat in the ring, knowing that I'm running this multi-op that will help me get my foot in the door there more and give my company more referrals, right? Through the venue. So I'm already looking further, down the road here. And then maybe in my retirement here in 7-8 years, whatever that looks like at that time, now it's 5 years, that I will maybe have a retirement gig to jump into, right?
Oh, okay. I get it now. Yeah.
So I threw my hat in the ring and they're like, we can't afford you. And I'm like, you might be surprised. Because I knew it wasn't just about the money they're paying me. It's the ancillary benefits and tertiary benefits, you know what I mean? That I'm going to get as well. You got to look at the whole package. So they brought me in. I soon thereafter became their catering sales manager and event coordinator as well. And so I ended up downsizing Tailored Weddings. I was going to sell the company to someone. That didn't work out for lots of various reasons. And then, so now as the event coordinator and the catering sales manager, sometimes I'm wearing all 3 or 4 hats on a weekend at that property, where I am the coordinator, the master of ceremonies, the DJ, sometimes the minister for a wedding at that property on the weekend.
Wow. So how many
I'm the wedding guy. That's what I tell people. I'm the wedding guy.
How many sets of clothes? How did you dress?
But you know what? People always say that too. You should go ahead and get your officiant license just in case you need to step in.
Yeah. So I did that in 2010.
Uh-huh.
I did that in 2010, and originally just to be a backup for couples. Because think about it. Especially back then in 2010. You got to be forward thinking. I saw that this coming, that people were moving away from traditional church weddings. And for better or worse, again, that's another whole conversation.
Oh, yes.
But I saw that train coming and I'm like, let's jump on,
Yes.
There's some money to be made there. So I'm already can speak eloquently and represent people properly on a microphone, and, why not? So, but I did a little digging deeper, bought a lot of books, did reading on a lot of ceremonies, put together a full ceremony package for couples. I had a military couple take me up on it because they're like, we can't find anybody. Would you marry us? And it kind of snowballed from there,
Wow.
And I did it again to be backup originally because, that's the one person. Think about it. They don't have a backup for it. The minister gets hit by a bus, back then especially.
Yeah.
What's the backup plan? There's no backup plan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
So
let me ask you this. Staying, in the vein of the catering sales planner. So for DJs that's looking to collaborate better with venues, what is some advice that you would give them?
Oh man. I tell couples this too. Listen, as your catering sales manager, because I'll have conversations with them, and of course, Tailored is on the preferred vendor list for the venue. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? The owner's only stipulation is that we're not the only entertainment company, which I get it. Totally fair, right? So what advice do I have for DJs wanting to get in better with the venues, right? That's the question. So do what you say you will do. DWYSYWSWYD, whatever that is. So like I've had DJs, I removed a DJ. This is a true story.
Really?
From the preferred vendor list for that venue.
Okay.
I hope they're not listening tonight.
Hey, but you know what? Hopefully it made him
themselves.
into a better DJ. And sometimes, be honest, brother, we need it in some other situations too. So that's not a bad thing. It's not something to be proud of, but it's not a bad thing either, because we need some DJ police sometimes.
Well, I removed him from the venue list because they not once but twice showed up in my, I don't know what the hell, I got balloons there. They showed up late for a ceremony.
Oh.
And
wow.
I shouldn't say late. So in my opinion, late.
Hey.
So in other words, the ceremony is going to start at 4:00, right?
And he showed up at?
Prelude music is at 3:30, correct?
He showed up at 3:15.
Most cases. DJ is still rolling equipment outside to set up a ceremony rig at 3:40.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
No.
You
Sorry.
can't play with that day.
That
is an important day.
Yeah.
You cannot play with that.
That don't fly with me.
Got there at what time? 3 what?
He was still rolling the equipment.
He was still rolling equipment for the ceremony at 3:40.
He's supposed to be playing
And
music
he got
at
20
3:30.
minutes. Did he set one up and go set the other one up?
I mean, again, that's what they do, right? They and to me, if you're doing ceremony and reception somewhere, you probably should have 2 sets of gear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or at least separate head units. You know what I mean? I don't know.
This has got to be a first. We had a DJ fire another DJ.
I love it.
That's funny. But it's true. I don't know what to tell you.
Of being fired, though.
Yes.
All right. Keep it rolling there, Michael.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. What are some common mistakes DJs make when trying to grow their business?
Not delegating, trying to do too much. And this is certainly
Give me a good example. What do we try to do?
So, in other words, do the things that you love. Like for me, I love sales. I've been involved in sales my whole life. I studied under Jeffrey Gitomer, America's best-selling author of the best sales book of all time, Little Red Book of Selling. Trained under him, got a Gitomer certified advisorship from him and did a bunch of his workshops. But, if you hate the numbers, hire someone that loves the numbers, to balance your books or to do your taxes, or you know what I mean? So delegate the stuff that you hate and focus on the things you love. Being an entrepreneur, we're choosing to work 80, 60, 80 hours a week to not punch the clock for someone else 40 to 60 hours a week, And so you better love what you do, if you're going to put in that kind of time. And so that's a common mistake. Profit first. Have you ever heard of this? Profit first?
Mm-hmm.
So profit first was a big revelation for me back when I first heard about it. My wife and I are big Dave Ramsey fans. I don't know if you've heard of Dave Ramsey before.
Yeah.
But we're big Dave Ramsey disciples. And the funny part is we found Dave Ramsey coming off our most expensive vacation to date. And that was back in 2013. And then we jumped into a Ramsey class. But I was always trying to find what's Ramsey for business. And I couldn't put my finger on it because, our pay obviously can be, a lot of fluctuation with that. Some weeks you're making bank and other weeks you're like,
scraping by.
He's scraping by, And so you got to be able to set your money up for success. And so profit first kind of forces you to do that with the formula you have of, making yourself profitable. Basically, profit first in a nutshell. The age-old accounting formula is sales minus expenses equals profit, right? And profit first is essentially saying, no, flip that on its head. Sales minus profit equals expenses. Take your profit first, even if it's 1%. You know what I mean? Like if you get a check for $1,000, are you really going to miss $10? Probably not. So if you just set aside that 1%, $10, you'll instantly be profitable.
You heard
So
it first.
Yeah.
that's profit first. Another one, especially solopreneurs. This is one I kind of coined and kind of stole. I've tweaked it. You ever heard of Cap Capello? Ever heard that guy's name before?
No,
He was
no.
an older
Not for me.
DJ up in Albany. Great guy. Very can be crass. But he taught me this, and that your final payment, because many DJs in their contracts, right? This is especially important if you are a solopreneur or maybe a smaller multi-talent company. Okay. If your balance is due 2 weeks prior and someone cancels on you, and a lot of people say, well, I have it written in my contract that if they cancel on me within 90 days or 60 days, they have to pay the balance. Okay, but you're chasing the money.
Yeah.
Right? He who has the money wins.
Yes. So can I ask you a question? What is yours right now? And I'm gonna see if you were
5120. So I operate off 5120 with rare exceptions.
So how go ahead, explain.
5120 means this. 50 is 50% down to lock in a date. Okay. 120 is balance due 120 days prior to the event date.
Oh,
here's
Lord.
Why.
I thought I got it, but I thought you were saying 50, then 120, but now that means 120. But go ahead. Wow.
Yeah. So 120 days prior to the event date. Here's why, especially if you're a solopreneur or a small multi. Because again, if someone cancels on you, like we're in the Midwest, right? So our wedding season, our event season is primarily what? April to October, 6 months. Is that fair statement?
I guess for you guys, because we're in Dallas, we get married.
You're in Dallas, okay? So you got
12. We do 12 month wedding.
12 months out of the year. Yeah, so again, do what works for you, okay? Yeah. But even still, in Dallas, 9 months out of the year, maybe it's primary wedding season, right? Because you're likely not doing a hell of a lot of weddings in what is it? July in Dallas when it's ridiculously hot, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
yeah, we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's great. I'm I'm glad. But in the Midwest, again, we have a finite amount of time to earn our money, right? So 6 to 9 months. So if someone cancels on you, DJ Rel says it's Ohio, it's April to October. So he's making my point. So if someone cancels on you, the likelihood of you being able to recoup that money, if they cancel on you 2 weeks prior or 3 or 6 weeks prior or 8 weeks prior, it's gone, right? You're not going to be able to rebook that date likely. So in other words, the day of your final payment and the day when likely all the leads dry up for you for that date, that should coincide. They should be the same date because your opportunity of that dates are inventory.
Yes.
There's only one June 21st, 2025 ever. Once it's gone, it's gone. I can't recreate it again. Okay. So now if someone's, taking away my opportunity to earn my living on that date, especially for those of us here in the Midwest, like Rel said, in Ohio, it's April to October. So if we lose that, we have 6 months prime time season to make a 12-month salary. So if they don't pay you, that's like them likely not getting a paycheck for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And that's kind of how you explain it to them. If you just have a conversation, it's one of my favorite quotes ever. It's a conversation, not a confrontation.
A conversation, not a confrontation.
I wish I had said that. That's not an original quote.
It's okay. It's still good, though.
It's a great
And a lot
quote.
of us look at everything as a confrontation and not try to have a conversation.
No, it's a conversation. It's like hey, dude, this is how I have to run my business, because again, if you cancel on me, I can't recoup it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's gonna call me and want to book, 2 weeks prior or 6 weeks prior. Like that, the leads are gone.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's
And
dried up.
I was trying to remember if it was you or Rob I got that from. So I heard you speak at Mobile Beat, and I instantly
sir.
went back and changed mine to
Uh,
I went to 90 days instead of 4
it's
months.
fine.
But I mean,
Whatever that
you're
number is.
right. You can't, and I try to explain that to a lot of people. You can't replace it. If I have something 2 weeks out, day of, I can't replace that money. It's just gone.
It's got so again, you run your business how you see fit for you. Again,
Yeah.
For me, it's 120. Everyone else is different. Have I sometimes acquiesced on that? Of course.
Yeah.
But the vast majority in the contracts, it's 50, 120. That's what it is.
Wow, that is.
Wow. So,
All right, Miguel.
So, just looking at how you talked about, you like to think forward.
Yeah.
So, looking at the industry and how it's constantly evolving, what are some of the trends that you see that are making an impact?
Oh, that's a great question. So I have a unique perspective, I think. And I don't think you know this about me yet. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Another thing I pivoted into in the last 2 years is I am a remote inside salesperson that can be hired to sell for your company.
Wow.
And so I currently sell for a company in Connecticut. I sell for a company in Wisconsin, and I sell for a company in Colorado.
A DJ company.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So I have a different, I see it across the United States. You know what I mean? Because I meet with brides on Zoom from Colorado, Connecticut, Wisconsin. Yesterday I had 8 sales meetings.
So I have a question. I'm glad this is interesting. So how do I know you differentiate each one of them, but
you have to.
What if they say, "Are you my DJ?" How do you handle that?
That's a great question. And the answer is usually I can be, but I charge an additional fee for that. And that includes a flight and everything else. And we work it out with the owner and those type of details. Wisconsin, I can drive to. That's not a big deal. But
so do you do a lot of those?
But no, I don't. But here's the thing. And I've said this for years, and George Lopez, a mentor of mine, has said it for years. When you're a multi-talent company, you need to sell the company. You sell the process.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely different. And I'm not saying talent is not important. I am not saying that. I fully believe talent is important. But when you're selling a multi-talent company, you're selling the process. You're selling what your process is, how you take care of your couples, what your backup plans are, all those type of things. There's different ways to sell a single versus a multi. And there's, again, it just depends on what you're selling at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I want to get back to the original question.
Go ahead.
That the Mike asked. So what's one trend that's making a major impact? It's interesting. The East Coast style, Connecticut, quick mixing is a little more of a thing up there, but I do believe that's more regulated to larger metropolitan markets. That's more regulated to your Philadelphias, your New Jerseys, your type of vibe there. Colorado is such a more laid back vibe. And even some Wisconsin is too. A trend that's making a major impact, less traditions.
Yeah.
I mean, less traditions is such, and brides wanting it to be their vibe, their way. You have to ask them. Here's a question I often ask, and I'll give it to you in the exact conversational way that I give it.
Okay.
If you could be a fly on the wall as your guests are driving home from your wedding, what do you want them to say?
Love that.
Because that speaks to the outcome that they're getting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And for something as intangible as entertainment, because face it, they're going to look at photos. They know what their photos are going to get from their photographer because they've seen examples of the work. They've tasted samples of their caterer's food. They've tried on their wedding attire. They can't try on we got reels and we got videos, and yes, but that's also work you did for a different couple. They're completely different than, someone's definition of a great wedding can vary greatly.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it can be very different. Yes. Some people want the fist bump and the rage and, you know what I mean, the throwdown and quick mixing, and other people want a cocktail party.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with either one.
No, it's like you say, the bride wants her vibe.
And it's just a great thing to have those type of questions for them to be able to pull that information out of them, because that's like part of the recipe for success.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just saw Keith Clark's comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Keith helped set up my my portals through Tailored Weddings, and he and I've collaborated on a few different things. And so Rel, it's absolutely, Rel, it is it's how you say it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never used that one, but I may have to bring that out. But yeah. I usually just ask and paint the picture.
I've already visualized myself saying it.
Yeah, go ahead. Paint how you want your wedding to be, like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. God, that's a good one. I like that.
So go right ahead.
Can you share a memorable, successful story from an event you planned or performed at?
I know you have so many.
Yeah, I have a lot.
First thing that comes to the old brow.
Yeah, probably the first one that comes to mind is a wedding we did 2011, off the top of my head. I didn't even perform this wedding.
Okay.
Totally didn't. One of my talents did.
Okay.
But I knew the bride and groom. And well, actually, no, I'm going to give you a different one. Well, I can give you that one, and I'll give you a different one. That one, the bride's dad was on oxygen and wasn't given long to live.
Oh.
And she still wanted the moment with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just had our talent introduce the moment really succinctly. And dad rolled out with the wheelchair, and she just kind of sat on his lap and hugged him. And that was their dance.
Okay. Wow.
And that was really emotional.
It was. This other one is actually also really emotional. I did a wedding in 2012 for a couple named Kim and Josh. And we do our planning way in advance. Mm-hmm. That's something that's, and Keith can testify to this. Tailored Weddings, we do our planning way in advance. And I found that is very different than most DJ companies. We start our process about 6 months prior to their wedding.
Okay.
And there's lots of reasons for that. Because I want to get ahead of all the bullshit. Frankly, I want to get ahead of, the planner's giving this, or the caterer's giving this, or the photographer, you know what I mean? We want to build their timeline and help them with things ahead of time so that we can set them up for success. So we get involved early. To me, that's just important. And so I met with this couple in January. The wedding was July 28th of 2012. I'm sick with dates. I can remember dates like that. And so we got to talking about, what unique ideas they had. And he said, Mitch, my grandmother says grace at every family function. I want her to say grace for us, but I don't know if she's going to make it. And again, this is late 2011, early 2012, right? And so I turned to Josh and I said, Josh, your grandmother will say grace for you on your wedding day. And he's like, how do you know? And I said, I don't care how you do it. Take your phone, record her saying grace. We will then have it as a backup if she is unable to make it for whatever reason and be able to play it. Okay. And back then at the time, we were doing TVs and things like, that. I don't do those anymore, but we were. And so fast forward, his grandmother passed away 3 weeks prior to the wedding.
Oh, man.
And so when I went to introduce that moment, and it's again, how you set it up, because Everett already knows grandma's not there. The matriarch of this family is not there. And so I said, there's one other person here that we have to honor tonight and allow them to follow through with their duties to give the blessing here tonight for Kim and Josh. And we played the video. And there was not, and it was just literally a regular, bad iPhone from 2011 video of grandma. If you could picture grandma in her kitchen saying a blessing for 15 seconds. That's all it was. Okay. 20 seconds, whatever. There was not a dry eye in the house.
Yeah, that's wow.
But then you as the MC, you have to spin that moment.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't let them sit in the sadness.
No, you have to cheer it up. You have to bring light in the dark spot.
And you have to, and so after that, you got to pivot that to, now I know grandma would want all of us here to celebrate this marriage today of Kim and Josh. So we're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to dance. Sound good? Lead for that applause line, right? With the ramp up, and then move forward.
Wow.
Going to dinner.
Man, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, very good.
All right. So as the MC, Midwest DJs Live is known for its networking opportunities. What's your best advice for DJs attending for the first time?
Don't stay in your cliques.
Say that again.
Like that.
Don't stay in your cliques. Because you go to a networking place, and this is not just Midwest DJs Live. This is your chamber. This is, a business after hours, a BNI setting, whatever that is, right? Meet people, go out, see who are the movers and shakers, introduce yourself to the speaker afterwards, write down questions, ask people why they do things, meet the podcast hosts. You know what I mean? That is key to be able to network. Networking is so important, and you can't stay in your cliques. You got to be able to, get out of that shell if you're going to branch out. I've booked lots of business just from different networking events and things like that.
Yep.
And that's so true, Mitch. And you can't expect success doing the same thing.
Correct.
You have to be willing to do something different.
Yep, absolutely.
And getting out of your shell, getting away from, those that you're comfortable being around, go meet somebody new.
Yeah.
Give yourself a goal. I'm going to meet 10 new people. And do that.
Even if it's just one or two, but
well, I don't want to get a cop out, but yeah.
No. 1 or 2 could be a good goal. I mean, that's more than you would have did if you could set it for 0.
So let's cover that super quick. I did this for Gittimer before. And I would agree that, meeting 1 or 2 solid contacts are better than, going up to someone, hey, here's my card. Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? And then you just ping pong. There has to be a purpose to the conversation. There has to be a purpose for, getting to know someone. Just, shotgun and here's my card. Nice to meet you. You look forward to talking. It doesn't move the needle, So having a deeper, more conversation, I would encourage probably 3 to 5.
Okay. All right.
Per meeting.
3 to 5. I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to get them to come out their shell. That's
I'm just
all.
saying it's either way.
It can't be you 2 to 25.
it's no wrong in it. I just
yeah, but I want to address this. Hold on before you go to the next one.
Oh,
so Keith said that Mitch custom planning forms are real eye-opening. He would tell me something and what order he wanted the questions in and which questions he wanted, and then he would say, "Hey, Keith, you know why I do that? Here's why. Golden nugget. I mean, gold nugget after gold nugget after gold nugget." So
Keith is,
give us one. What is
your checks in the mail?
Yeah, what is one of those gold nuggets?
Again, transitions. Okay. You know, looking at the wedding from a live event production status.
Okay.
Because that's what it is. All right, so here's a gold nugget. Maybe you already know this, maybe you don't, and maybe some DJs do. And I even have this conversation with couples on a sales call. There's one time in a wedding day timeline that you can't change. Do you have any idea what it is?
The end?
I'll give you a hint. It doesn't matter where you are in the world.
Wow, man.
And this matters to a DJ. It may sound like it doesn't at first, but trust me, it does. And I'll tell you why.
What, the first dance?
The one time you can't change is sunset.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think all outside the box.
It's sunset. What the hell does sunset have to do with the DJ? Well, here's what it has to do with the DJ. Because we've all been there in some way, shape, or form. And again, if you get with them ahead of time, before they're creating their timeline, now you can help suggest and stack the deck in your favor. Because that time that's not gonna change, right? We all know when golden hour is. It's the hour before sunset. It's that beautiful natural golden hue that the photographer wants to steal the couple away to go get photos. So now you as a DJ can be proactive, get ahead of it, have a conversation about their timeline in advance, maybe even make a suggestion of moving their ceremony up or whatever that looks like. Potentially, I have that conversation all the time with couples to be able to stack the deck in your favor. I just had it with my bride tonight and encouraged her to move her time up a half hour. And I told her why. So when you get out of your sunset or get out of your ceremony at 3:30, she had a November wedding, you're going to be rolling into golden hour 3:30 to 4:30 because sun is setting at 4:30. Wow. Then you can pivot inside, do your introductions, go into dinner at 5. It's perfect timing.
Wow. Man, you learn so much from just talking to you guys. I mean, just random stuff that people give you on this show. Just like you say, golden nugget after golden nugget.
We're going to change his name to Little Nugget.
But yeah. Mitch Nuggets.
Little Nuggets.
Little Nuggets. I like that. That's a good one though, man, because I don't think I've ever taken sunset into. I always leave that on the planner and everything. But now I'm gonna use that for mine.
And here's where it matters in the back end. If it's during dancing, right? The guests are typically where the couple is.
Yes, I had that.
And so if the couple is taken away for sunset photos, you better be dropping some bangers and realizing who's on your floor and who's still there to keep people out on the dance, you know what I mean? On the dance floors to maximize the party. So when the couple comes back in, it's not ghost town and everyone's like, oh shit, they left. I guess I can leave early.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you got to be forward thinking about these things and don't just show up and wing it. I mean,
yeah.
Showing up and winging it drives me nuts. It's like,
Keith said, tell us. Keith wants you to tell us about
sitting at the
ceremony.
Keith wants me to give away all my secrets tonight. The sitting at the ceremony. So, okay. Traditionally, bride is on the left, groom is on the right. You have the minister just behind. You have one partner's family seated in the front row in front of them, the other partner's family front row in front of them, right? And so this is for a ceremony, obviously. And the minister, the officiant, is going to do an introduction, a welcome to the wedding ceremony of blank and blank. Then after that, there's typically a charge to the couple, which is kind of like a sermon if you were in church, But I tell couples it certainly doesn't have to be, religious. It's completely up to you, whatever you want. After that, there's maybe a reading, and then you're going to pass off your bouquet, bride, to your maid of honor, and you're going to turn and face your partner for your vows, right? That's how every single wedding ceremony is laid out in the United States. Here's the problem. When you turn and face each other for your vows, what are your parents seeing?
The back of your head.
Or the side view at best.
Yes. I got it now.
Is that what they want to see?
Would you not rather be looking into your mother or father's eyes instead of your mother-in-law's eyes?
I recommend they flip their front rows. In other words, put the bride's side where the groom's side would traditionally sit, and vice versa. Now they get to see their son or daughter and daughter or son and son's face as they speak their vows to each other. And it's much more enjoyable for their parents.
And the couple. I mean,
couple, yes.
God forbid if you and your mom-in-law ain't already getting along, and you gotta look.
And you gotta look at her.
Right, you're looking at dad, and
yeah, okay, he ain't no good. That's a good one though. I'm gonna have to try that one. Yeah, I like that.
It works well.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. You worked with UP Photo Booth and other companies. How important is diversification in the DJ business?
I am blessed. I have always been lucky enough or forward thinking enough to seemingly know when to diversify, for good or worse, for better or worse. The photo booth thing we started with a partner of mine. I don't usually recommend partnerships. My best friend and I are still best friends to this day. I bought him out of the photo booth business back when he retired and got into real estate. He then got me into real estate. That allowed me to diversify that. And my wife and I own 4 rental properties now. So that was a great thing. I think diversification is imperative in today's society. If you don't have multiple income streams, you're not a hustler, in my opinion. But again, to each their own, right? I mean, you got to also enjoy life. I'm a big believer in that. Work hard, play hard. Big believer in that. But diversification to me is important. And there's nothing wrong with focusing on one thing, but focus on what you do well. And that's part of what I did with the minister services we offered in tailored weddings back in 2010, and I saw that there was a need for that. And I saw that that was a trend coming. And so we jumped on it early, and I performed hundreds and hundreds of ceremonies over the years.
Wow.
I'll probably do at least a dozen this year, So adding ceremony sound, adding ceremony coordination. I actually go out and do coordination for people for their ceremonies. People think that's weird, but I do.
No, you do rehearsal dinners too and all that?
We do rehearsals, not dinners, but rehearsals. We do rehearsals.
If you're doing, you're gonna go get them to the dinner too, though, right?
Yeah, typically.
Wow, man, but see, a lot of people don't think about that. That's another stream of income, and like you say, y'all got a short window. I don't know if y'all do a lot of holiday parties or other stuff in between the wedding season, but man, that's a short 6 months, man. Woo.
Well, again, we leverage it. We slide into some of the off-season months too. Like last year I had 3 weddings in November. I got, I think, 2 this year. So you still pick up some here and there. I think I did 2 weddings last April. And again, we've downsized Tailored greatly. We used to do, 100, 130 events a year. And again, for a small town I'm in, I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to be, Elite Entertainment or SCE or, some of the big players where, my year is their, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some of us, yeah. Yeah, I got you.
So
wow. I mean, we've had some good Mr. Little Nugget, huh?
Yeah, Little Nugget. Little Nugget Taylor.
Wow, man. Yeah, those are some good ones. I'm gonna have to go back and take some notes after this is over. But go ahead, Mike.
Well, this is our final question with you.
Perfect.
So, what is one piece of wisdom that you're willing to share for DJs looking to elevate their career in 2025?
I guess I'll give you 3.
Oh, that's great.
And it's what I live by. And it's
Okay.
give first.
Give first.
You always need to be giving, of yourself, of your time. To me, that's why I do podcasts like this. That's why I wrote books. That's why I wrote articles. That's why I spoke. You know what I mean? At the different conferences. It's like I want to give back to the industry that has provided for me and my family and giving me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled from Adelaide, Australia to, LA and Boston to, the UK, you know what I mean? And spoke in different stages and everything else. And so give first, grow forward. What I mean by grow forward is you have to always be growing. You have to always be, you can't be stagnant in this business. You have to continually evolve. And it's okay if you fail, but you can fail forward, as long as you learn something in the process of failing, that's fine. And then finally,
Get it done.
You can't see, you can kind of see it. You see the grayed out S and H right there.
Okay.
Get shit done.
Yes. Oh, we didn't see that.
GSD, baby. Get shit done.
GSD.
I am absolutely a GSD guy.
Yes.
Get shit done. And again, you only have, we don't know when we're going to die. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
We never know when that time is up. So you might as well live life to the fullest. Do what you want to do today, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone.
No, it's not, man.
Time is one of the quotes my mentor gave me back on my 40th birthday. Time, let me make sure I get this right. Time is the school in which we learn. Time is the fire in which we burn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's Delmore Schwartz was the poet that wrote that.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Well, we're greatly appreciative of you sitting down with us, and,
of course,
and dropping, your little trails of little nuggets.
It's like Hansel and Gretel up in this.
Not little nuggets, man. He dropped some.
I'm just saying that's. I'm
little
just
nuggets. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious.
Oh yeah. Some people got
smashed. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was that?
But yes, it's good. But for those that's listening now and you'll listen later, we got Midwest DJs Live.
Yes, sir.
25 coming up.
One of the most intimate shows that you want to attend.
Oh yes. And if you're still thinking about it, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No.
You need to get your tickets because there's only so much space. But there's a ton of knowledge that you can get in this small space.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to get it.
Yeah, you need to get it.
Yes, you need to get it. So again, Mitch, we thank you. I'll keep little nuggets to myself.
I love it. I can't wait to see you at Midwest now, little nugget.
Yeah.
You're gonna hand me some chicken nuggets or something when you walk in.
Yeah. And remind me when you see me, I gotta ask you a business question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Though,
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, he will ask you.
Yeah.
You don't have to remind him. He's gonna remind you.
I might forget by then, but I'm gonna try to write it down.
Happy,
right.
Whatever. Thank you so much.
Take us out of here, Mike.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. And our outro don't want to leave. So here we go. Bye.